Now today we will be talking about the power of charm. How to win anyone over in any situation. Bam. This book is actually pretty amazing. I have read it like twice or 3 times. It's a good book. And this book is How to Win Friends and Influence People. Now I have 2 great books that's amazing. Now, what is this? Well, people are people, right? Here's the thing. When you want to become successful, you can't do it alone, right? Most people try to do it alone. I try not to. I try to associate myself with successful people, you know. It's because something about most people think that you have to go to school to network successful people. I disagree. No, you did not have to go to school and network. Networking can be also on social media. You know, today we think that if we don't go somewhere, we're not socializing. Actually, that's false. You know, there are people who socialize on Instagram and Twitter. If you think about it, these are platforms that people socialize, right? And you get to know people. That's networking. People network on these platforms, or Facebook, if you will. People talking to each other, you know. But here's the thing that I like this book about. It teaches you how to talk, how to interact with people, whether you're introvert or extrovert. You know, introverted, it's not okay. Most people think that introverted are antisocial. I disagree. It's because in their thought, in their mind, they're gonna think what people think of them. They think that they're shy, but it's just a word. I remember Tony Robbins said it's just a word. You know, I used to be shy. You know, I mean, I still am to a degree, but I'm willing to push myself to be able to engage with people, to talk to them, to find out. See, in the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, you have to be interested in people. It starts with you. If you want to be people to like you or be interested in you, you have to take focus off yourself, as Bob Proctor said, and focus on the other person, meaning the person who you're talking to. Become an interest in them. And this book is here we go. See, fully 85% of your success in business and personal life will be determined by your ability to communicate effectively with others. Social intelligence, or the ability to interact, converse, negotiate with, and persuade others, is the most highly paid and respected form of intelligence you can have, and this intelligence can be developed. I believe that any skill that you have, any skill that you want to develop can be developed. Now, here's the thing. Also, ask question about themselves. Ask question about them. Focus on them. And what happened is, most people because basically sometimes I get okay, so basically what happened is, if I focus off myself and I don't think about what other people think about me, it's not always easy to apply, but it can happen. It get easier. And when you focus on other people and you let other people talk, what happens is you get to notice something very strange. People like to talk about themselves a lot. Like, a lot. Like, if you notice, people on Instagram, they take a lot of selfie picture. Yeah, I do study my stuff. I study why people act the way they act. It's psychology. I study not the mental illness, but psychology, why people act the way. You notice people take a lot of pictures of themselves. Now, if you get to them to talk, they will talk a lot. I was I cut my hair. I was going to barber shop, and it was a different experience, but it was very interesting. It was expensive, but I'll do it for the experience. Because the other guy, he wasn't a good barber. He didn't place my important first. You know, they said you should have a great customer service. You know, that guy, the other guy, business owner, wasn't really good at customer service. Now, when the barber was cutting my hair, he was talking. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna focus on him instead of me. Because usually I think people focus on them, you know, when they're talking, and let the people talk about, I don't know how, but I'll let him talk about himself. And I hear the word I a lot. And I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. Yeah. And I listen. And also in this book, it said you should listen to other people and not interrupt them. Because I remember I stopped letting, because sometimes I do interrupt. It's not always easy because I think a thought, and you're not supposed to do that in this book. And when my friend, you know, I interviewed him on this channel, I interrupt him. He said, no, I don't like that. Now, most people are into themselves. Now, you know when people want to be listened to. When it's like, dude, you always interrupt. Let me talk. Yes. Usually, I listen to people cue on how they listen. I see their behavior. Sometimes, I just do the opposite of what this book said and see what happened. Because I'm so used to letting people talk. Now, you know, one thing that is interesting that people don't understand, that people say social media and, you know, they don't understand Twitter or, you know, Instagram. That's okay. It's great for me. You know why? Here's why. Because you get to see human behavior. You get to see what people do. Now, most people, you get to see what they say, how they think in the process. You know, one of my friends and follower, her name is Lumi, right? Very interesting. She's great at Twitter, and I was looking at, she had great engagement. A lot of entrepreneurs aren't great at engagement on Twitter. They're just promoting their videos. They're not talking to people. They're not having a conversation. They're just posting there just to post and get traffic. That's not what you're supposed to do. You know, my favorite author, Gary Vee, he said Twitter is like a cocktail party. You're there to talk, you know. And what I see is Lumi's very interesting. She's being you know what she's doing? I praise her for that. You're doing a great job, Lumi. That's awesome. And that she's interested in other people instead of herself. Now, that's more successful than the one who's entrepreneur, who's always posting about themselves, you know, or posting. That's why they're not having success with Twitter, because Twitter is not a search engine. It's not like Instagram. It's not like YouTube. It's not a search engine. You can't hashtag. You can, but anyway, enough of that. But people say you're not, if you're on Twitter and on Instagram, you're not socializing. You are. Just remember, people would like to be listened to and focus on them. And when you focus on them, they'll like you more. And make them feel good about themselves. When you make them feel good about themselves, you make a friend. A good friend, either a bad friend, but you know if it's a good friend or a bad friend. A bad friend is who I don't associate with myself. They always take, but then they give. You give. See, I try to give what more I can take, because I feel like that's reciprocity. People don't. Reciprocity is where if someone gives you something, you feel like you owe them something, right? That's one of the cognitive bias, right? Give. Don't just always take, give. You know, when someone gives you an advice or try to help you, give value back to people, to them, you know, and care about people. You know, we live in a world that's, you know, crazy. When you listen to the news, give, be a kind person, be a nice person. Don't be those people who are nasty to people. Don't be like that. That's I don't know. For me, I always want to be nice to people. I don't want to be nasty or disgusting to people. You know, even though they say stuff to me, and I try to block it off, because it's not a way to live. You know, those things are, no, I don't deal with that. And to a degree, most people got it wrong. That, yeah, people say, oh, I was, look, the way I see it is be interested in other people, okay? And you may say, oh, but, I always, listen. No, you can always do experiment. Experiment how people behave. Observe people. When you go out, whatever you do, work, observe how people act. And you will see, And you don't have to also always go out. You can go on Twitter or Instagram and see what people post. See how they engage with people. It's very interesting, I'd rather you see, when people are on Twitter or on Instagram, you know what I noticed? This makes me sad. That people only want followers, right? But they're not willing to engage with people. And if you're an entrepreneur, if people don't know you yet, engage with them and talk to them. See, for me, I engage with people because for me, I want to do a kind thing where I'll engage with them because they always engage with me, Because I notice a lot on Instagram and a lot on Twitter too. Those who have a following on Instagram or Twitter, mine of course is not big yet, but I just want to see, for me, I just want to know people know my name. Now, here's the thing. What I notice is on Twitter, now I'm not dissing anybody who's doing a great job on Twitter or on Instagram. It is those who just want a following and not having engagement. All they do is, want followers, but they have, either on Instagram, they have little quality content and they're not engaging. I see one with like a lot of followers, little engagement, a lot of little content, if you will. I don't get why people want a lot of followers. Yeah, I guess it's for their ego reason. But if you think about it, I'd rather engage with people who are engaging with me than more followers. But if more followers lead to engagement and people getting to know me and I get to know them, that's great. But if you're just there posting stuff in I saw it, 56 Instagram, no, and Twitter, that's little engagement. Now, I won't tell you yet about social media yet. This is just about growing you and how humans interact, If you understand psychology, which people, one time I had this nice guy, and he's really nice, so I wouldn't bash him, but I remember he told me, because I was trying to write a list of books that I want to read, and they're all on psychology. He said, yeah, you don't need that. Yeah, I do. Why not? Come on, man. I'd rather know a lot of things today than what they say is, what you don't know can kill you, right? What I don't know can kill me. So I'd rather know things. Now, I'm not a genius or, but I'm not dumb either. But here's the thing. It's not the fact that you're dealing with people, right? Every time you interact with people, people think that either on Twitter or on Instagram, they're real people. And when you act with real people, you understand how they behave. Psychology is not about mental illness, schizophrenia. It's about cognitive psychology, meaning it's the science. Psychology is the science and study of the human mind and behavior. And if you study what people behave, then you figure them out. And if you hear what they say, their words, they probably associate a word, their identity with a word. And you can see and use it. And also you can relate to them. Trying to find a subject that you can relate. That's why I try to read so many subjects on so many levels. Because let's say if I interact with this person and he have a difference, that he have an interest that he's in, and I have a topic that I read, I can actually relate to him. Like I can relate a lot of people and I connect a lot of people. And it's not always easy, but you're getting here. So remember, if you want people to like you, be interested and be interested in them. Take off your focus of yourself. And that's it for today, and there will be more in the future. Subscribe to my channel, like my video, because I give you a lot of great value and understanding of people, right? And share this video because it's important to know about how to get people to either network or to people to like you, or to be successful in any field. Just remember, have a great time, great day to enjoy.